Throughout my time at St. Thomas Academy, I've heard quite a few memorable senior speeches. But what makes a senior speech memorable? Maybe it was by a close friend, about a thought-provoking topic, or full of funny jokes or stories. Yet something drew me to remember certain speeches and forget others over the years. Surely, it takes months to write the perfect culmination and representation of a cadet's time at the academy. 10 days ago, I sat in front of my computer for a while with a blank document open titled Senior Speech. I wanted my speech to be worth remembering and about something that everyone could think about long after formation was over. But what could I write that everyone could relate to? Well, one thing is certain. We will all eventually move on from the academy to start a new chapter of our lives. So I decided to write about the future, or rather, how we will remember the present we are living in now. To me, elementary school seems like ages in the past. I think people often forget that we spend double the time there than we do in high school. Yet I feel like a completely different person than the Will Hoppe that wore the royal blue Nativity of Our Lord uniform only a few years ago. There's one memory from that time that sticks in my mind more than any other. I was walking home from school in 5th grade on the Tuesday 2 weeks before summer vacation started. I was walking the same way I did every day, past the house with a nice dog who always jumped up on the fence to greet me as I passed by. On the days I didn't walk home with fellow Nativity classmates Andrew Walsh, Ronan Lauber, or Tommy Hedman, all I could really do to keep myself entertained was think. On this day, I got thinking. Was it possible to create a lifelong memory out of a seemingly random and unmemorable moment? I've remembered this moment ever since. If you've ever paid a visit back to your elementary school, I'm sure you can agree that it was a nostalgic but reflective experience. It's a scary thought that in less than a decade, our time at the school will be similar to that, defined by the moments we choose to remember. We'll have new students walking the halls and new teachers teaching in new classrooms. Except General Tso's chicken will probably still be the best thing on the lunch menu. When we return, I bet it'll seem like an entirely different place. You might pass a corner of the school that you and your old friends used to always hang out in, but now it's just an empty corner. I'm sure we all have a spot like this at STA, but for me, this place is the band practice room. To most, it's just a small room adjacent to the main band room, but it holds a countless amount of my memories. I remember the many flexes I spent in there freshman and sophomore year, avoiding homework with Nick Horst, Oliver Balfour, and Tim Revenue. I remember the times we put on our blouse coats in the practice room, getting ready for inspections, BFI, or to play in the band at football games. I remember the moment when I stabbed through the only light switch in the room with a guide-on flag, permanently making them stay on. Sorry, Mr. Bina. I definitely left my mark on that room, and it's left its mark on me. People often say that time flies when you're having fun, but I think a more useful layer to this statement is that your perception of memory flies when you're not having fun. If living through the coronavirus pandemic has taught us anything, it's that day to day, time can seemingly move slower and slower with the monotony of online school and the inability to see your friends. But before you know it, a year will pass by and it's March again. This happens because memories build the foundation of our concept of time. If you don't make memories for a period of time, that time is, in a sense, lost to you. This is why certain memories hold so much value, as they reflect a snapshot of your life that you wish you could relive. However, memories are often much more abstract than remembering a defined snapshot. I think music is a great example of this. Your favorite songs are your favorite songs because of the memories you associate with them. Whenever I listen to Baba O'Reilly by The Who, it brings me back to all the times I sang along to that song with Teddy Lauder and Kevin Murphy while driving late at night with the windows down. Although I can't recount each time we've done that, it's not the moments themselves I remember, but the feelings I felt. People often believe that memories are particular moments, but how many specific things do you remember doing yesterday, or the day before, a week ago, or even a year ago? When you think about it, the majority of your days will be lost in a sea of routine. You might just remember your life in a series of stages, and as you reach farther back from the present, the stages are split up into larger abstractions. Going back to the beginning of your life, the first few years seem like a blob of time that goes largely unremembered. When you think of the most recent years, I bet you'll be able to remember a bunch of changes, ups and downs, and different people entering and exiting your life. 40 years from now, our memories will likely merge the entire duration of high school as one stage, or maybe even all of our years of education together. This realization might make each day seem less important in the grand scheme of things, but I believe it does the opposite. The present we are living is made worthwhile by our past and our future. So make sure you do something that will be remembered and embrace now things you might not remember later. The past is unchangeable and the future is unknown. So who's to say a certain decision, action, or event on a certain day couldn't change the trajectory of your life altogether? The sad truth about memories is we usually don't know their value until long after the moment has passed. But on rare occasions, we are gifted moments that you know you will want to remember. Examples of this could be your first day of high school, a fun spring break with your friends, graduation, or maybe even the end of your senior speech. Yet we often fail to make the conscious decisions to form these events into memories. Writing this speech was difficult because memories are so much more than words on paper. They mean so much to us because they are often all we have left of something, sometime, or someone that we loved. But when was the last time you said to yourself, I'm going to try and remember this moment for the rest of my life, because things end, but memories last forever. Thank you and God bless.
Brigade, attention. Battalion commanders take charge of your battalions. Staff,